Hi everyone, and today I'm joined by the ever so wonderful Hannah Beth Clayton. She's a beauty business mentor, C&D UK ambassador, Scratch online columnist, and of course, the list is long, Scratch Star's social media star of the year finalist for last year and this year. Many things on the list.
That's exciting. I actually never realised there's quite a lot there. I'll take every single one of those. I'm proud of every
Yeah.
single one.
You know what? I did write a list before this. I had to cut some things off. I couldn't say it all.
We'd have been here all day. It's just such a lovely journey, isn't it?
It's wonderful. So let's talk about your journey. So I know a lot of people will know you from social media and all the great work you're doing there, but let's go back to the beginning and talk about how you got into the nail industry.
It's a long time. It's 10 years this year, actually. And that's just gone so fast. And it was never meant to be this exciting. I'll be totally
Oh.
honest. I always wanted to do nails, but I had a job within the family court, as a lot of people know. So I don't want to repeat myself too much, but my journey was 18 years in the family court. And I loved it. I did divorce, I did care order, adoption, all of that, and loved my job. But I knew that there was always so much more. Never in my wildest dreams thought I'd be my own boss, but I know for definite now I would be completely unemployable. I know I would be because I'm too much in control. But going back, way back when, I always used to do my own nails. It's quite a boring story if you want me to be honest with you. So I'm not, I could make something up, but I'll just keep it really simple. Always wanted to do nails. Had Martha, my daughter, in the February 2015. Went on a weekend away with our best friends, and she said, I talked about doing nails. And she said, well, why don't you do it? The house works perfectly. We were in like an upside down house. So my studio's downstairs. It's all perfect. And I thought, yeah, why not? So was instantly drawn to CND because the girl that did my nails at the time used CND. So I felt quite confident with that. Trained with Creative Academy, God rest its soul, because it's not even going anymore in Manchester. And
Oh.
the course was 7 days. I mean, if I could give somebody a 7 day course now, I'd be so happy because you can do it in like 7 minutes now. um, and so then after that, there was people on the course that were like hairdressers and in the industry already, and they'd say, Hannah, what do you do? I said, oh, I'm family court clerk, and they all just went as if like, why are you here? And they said, oh, so when are you thinking of starting? I said, oh, I've got 3 clients booked in tomorrow. And so my room looked like a spare bedroom, not even kidding. You could have added lie down on the sofa if you wanted to, because it was like a little futon in there. But I kid you not, from that day, I had 7 colours, which funnily enough, I posted a picture of them yesterday on my stories, and I have never looked back.
That's so mad.
What more to say? I mean, there's things in between that, but that's where it began. And it wasn't me being cocky. I was just like, yeah, this is a bit of me.
Yeah. And you just fully committed yourself and went for it.
Fully, but only went full time self employed 4 years ago because during the old COVID
Yeah.
nostalgic world, I thankfully had that role because I still was getting paid. So that was a blessing for me and my family at that point. And then when I went back, I thought, you know what, I I need to do this full time. So I did. And
Wow.
that was that. And I got the pull to like, right, okay, let's leave the court. Very difficult decision, but the best decision ever because I've got no boss.
You are the boss.
I am the boss. It is me. So yeah, bloody marvelous.
Amazing. I love that. And so now you're in a whole different sort of part of your career in that you're mentoring people and educating, which is incredible. So how did that come about and how did you get to the stage where you're like, I'm ready to do that?
Well, it's funny because the shift that I'm in at the minute is exactly the same shift that I was in when I left the courts 4 years ago.
Right.
And I have just pushed and pushed myself to get fully committed to helping people. So I never worked client facing on a Thursday, and I've never been client facing at the weekend because my husband's always been at work.
Yeah.
So they're the 2 days that I've always had. I know I get the Friday feeling, which is just incredible, and I know that I've got a Thursday to do admin.
Mhm.
So again, I'll keep it really short, but I was on a random live, and a few people were on the live, and they said, I wish you had a membership. The people in the membership now don't know this, so I'm revealing something here.
Oh,
Don't shoot me, right? And they said, "Oh, I wish you had a membership." And I said, "Oh, I do." I didn't, Rebecca. I winged
you
it.
didn't.
No.
Oh
I said,
wow.
"Oh, I do. It's just in the building phase at the minute." And this light bulb, and I thought, you know what? I've been helping people for so long.
Yeah.
Let, let's start. Let's start a membership. So I opened it, and I started it on an Instagram private page, and I was uploading workshops and social media content and Q&As and lives, and that was growing. And then I thought, I might need to just get a bit more professional here. So I scrapped that, developed my own website because I'm a bit of a tech geek. So I love all of that stuff. So developed my website, developed an online portal off the back of that, transferred everyone over. And now I'm not a massive membership. Like I've got 43 treasured members who have been with me for a long, long time, like 2 years now. But then they wanted something more. So they wanted more of a one-to-one. I
Mm.
didn't want to do a group session. So I just thought, you know what? I'm going to just dabble with the idea of one-to-one mentoring, like maybe 3 months, 6 months. And it's just changed my life.
I love that. I love that. And I meant to say to you, actually, I was at the artistic colour experience
Yes.
in Leeds the other week or last month, whenever it was. And I actually met some of your mentees and they were saying to me how incredible you are. And they were like, we love it. And we've done one-to-one mentoring. It's like the best thing ever. I was like, yes.
Oh, that's so that do you know what? That is everything that I stand for.
Yeah.
And it's not just nail focus, but it's actually business focus, which I don't think a lot of people
Mm.
necessarily, like you and your health and your well-being and your work-life
Yeah.
balance. And I don't necessarily just focus on social media, but let's get these client boundaries right. Let's get this
Mhm.
client journey right. Let's work on you and who you are within your business. And it's just yeah. And so now I've backed down again on clients. So I had around 100 nail clients and now I've got 23.
Wow.
And some of them have been like happy with the journey. Some aren't. Because like, when am I going to get in? I say, well, if you're organized, you're all right. If you're not, I've got to
Yeah,
go. I'm being called to this next stage of the journey.
100%. And you've got to do what's best for you. You can't do it all.
Yes, but not forgetting at this point that my nail life is still very much at the forefront. So, representing CND, my contract just been renewed for another 12 months. So that means a lot to me. I've been
Yeah.
committed completely to CND for a long time and hopefully always will be.
Oh, I love that. I was going to ask you actually about your love for C&D because obviously we do a lot of work with them and love
Mm.
the brand. So, yeah, tell us about what you love about the brand.
I think with CND, I've always felt very safe
Mm,
using it. I felt very comfortable and confident. And the retention with clients has always been amazing. That is helped by, full and proper prep. I bang on about that all the time. But
mm,
then when they developed the Plexi Gel, that changed the game again because bringing in Plexi Gel was something that was most definitely needed. I did use Brisa before, quite a messy product. I personally didn't really like it. But now Plexi Gel's come in, I've always just loved it. And I do have another brand running alongside. That's, CND know that
yeah,
because not one brand fits all clients. We must understand that. But
yeah,
I only ever have had two. I don't order a load of products in. Let's just try it out.
yeah,
If it's working, it's working. There's no need to
yeah.
bring other things in. And allergies, irritations, everything like that could be caused by anything and everything. And we must remember that when I say I use CND and someone says, oh, well, so is it. Well, actually, if it works for you and your clients, that's fine. And if it doesn't,
Yeah.
then let's work to find something else. But so far, my two brands have worked perfectly. So,
Oh, I love that. I think
yeah.
that's so important as well because I think people are quite quick to keep buying lots of stuff. And actually, if it works, stick with it.
Yeah. I think as well, we get influenced a lot online. So
Yeah.
you'll see, say, somebody with a very high following who is posting a certain product. Oh, I'll get some of that. When actually, you might not have a lamp to match. You might not
Yeah.
have the product knowledge. it might be like 15 minutes online training to use that product. For
Yeah.
me, 15 minutes online, that's not enough. It
Mm.
needs to be, in my opinion anyway, we're all different. For me to learn properly, it needs to be in person
Yeah.
to get full product knowledge. Now, if there is an online course and you feel happy with that, that's fine. But that I will always stand by that. That for me personally, I need something in front of me that I understand.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
It's important.
yes.
Amazing. And so let's talk about your Scratch Stars experiences because you have been part of the awards for quite a few years now, and we've loved having you part of it. So how have you found the whole process?
Just, just unbelievable. And we've just talked earlier, and I missed going this year. I mean, I might not have even been chosen as a natural nail specialist finalist, but I was away over that weekend, and everyone was in my thoughts. And I said to you earlier about the whole process for me from applying, getting really giddy and sending it off
Yeah.
to waiting for that day, that email off Helena of whether so to be selected again this year as a social media finalist. I'm in a category with a lot of amazing people that use different platforms. I am aware that I've only ever stuck with Instagram because that's where I feel I can reach more people.
Yeah.
That might be, what's the word? That might not be as good for my application. However, the fact that I am chosen as a finalist and to represent Scratch Stars again, you will always be held dearly into my heart. It's funny, Rebecca, because we'd gone to Filey a couple of weeks ago in Yorkshire, and it comes up of like memories. And it was, I think it must have been about 7 or 8 years ago. And I posted a picture of a cup of tea and my Scratch magazine, and I posted it on a story.
Oh,
And you reshared it and said, "Hope you're having a lovely weekend away." And that was the first ever time that we'd made contact with each other.
wow.
Yeah.
And look at us now.
And look at us now, firm friends. But yeah, so the awards for me um mean a heck of a lot. And I'll miss the party this year. I had such a good time last year. I drunk far too much. I danced until the balls of my feet were in bits. But equally, I came home with such a full heart. And
Yeah.
the people that I've met over the years are still friends. We're still friends now. So,
That I do feel as well, because obviously I remember your first judging day that you came
oh,
to, and you were so nervous. And like, look at you now, all the stuff you've even done in that time is just incredible.
I will never forget you being there, and
Oh,
you just said to me, "It's fat. You're all right. It's absolutely fine." And I looked at you and I was like, "Yeah, I am all right." Honestly, I can't ever thank you for
oh,
that moment, because if you're ever thinking of entering, the Scratch Stars, do not think that it's an easy day, because it's not an easy day.
yeah,
But if you have got, everything in your mind of what you want to achieve, even if you don't get through, the fact remains is that you are absolutely incredible for even having the determination
mm,
and the it's just it's that day is, you can't put it into words, can you? you
yeah,
you you'll feel that from everyone,
yeah.
but it's not easy. The
No,
the thought of it. I remember Samantha Sweet last year, and I've known Samantha a long time, and she came out, and bearing in mind it was natural nails, as you know, it was with Vinylux, and I was doing my husband's nails, and she came round and she was looking, uh-huh. I was like, is that a is that good? Is that it was just something else. But yeah, get yourself involved with it, because it's just ace.
it is, and I feel like as well, yeah, like you said, it isn't an easy day, and you're surrounded by loads of talent and all the judges, and it's like, oh my God, but everyone comes out of it and they're like, I feel amazing for doing that.
Yeah, and it gives you a real boost, because you're like,
Yeah.
I have just
Yeah.
why have I done that? But I have just done that.
Yeah, I did it.
I did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That feeling lasts a good couple of weeks after, like, oh, I can't believe I've done it. It's over, I've done it.
Yeah.
And that is the best feeling.
Oh, I love that. That's
No.
such a nice thing to say.
Oh,
Amazing. And so obviously you're a social media star of the year finalist this year. So tell us a bit about how you got your social media to where it is today? Because your reach and the content you create is just amazing and so engaging. But obviously, I know it's a process, isn't it? And it takes time to
Yeah.
get there. So how did you get there?
It actually hasn't been easy. It's been every single follower that I've got, I would hope that at some point we've connected and I've helped them. And I mean that. When I post photos, grid posts, reels, whatever, the likes, followers mean nothing to me. What I hope for is that I even just get one comment of thank you so much, you've helped me. And that's all that matters to me. But what I have done, and I will give myself praise for this, I have stayed ridiculously consistent for 10 years
Yeah.
and a little bit too consistent at times, a little bit too obsessed with it. I love social media when it's used in the right way.
Mm.
I cannot bear salesy posts, which has been quite difficult for me because essentially I am selling myself as a
Yeah.
one-to-one mentor. So I found that shift very difficult. I found the Instagram journey very difficult from I do nails, I help you, I can help you further. So that's been a difficult shift in people engage more when I post about, my dog being poorly or me stepping in dog poo in the morning. That those relatable things are the
Yeah.
things that have helped me along. And I would hope that if you met me in real life, which you have done, I would be exactly the same then as I am online.
Oh, you are. You
I've
definitely
never
are.
never changed. And I like that because I will come online, I'll tell you how it is. If you don't like it, that's fine. I wish you well. But if you do, I will literally wrap my arms around you and I'll help you every step of the way. But yeah, social media isn't easy. And
Yeah.
if you are struggling when it comes to confidence, if you are struggling when it comes to content, just take it back to basics. We
Mm.
overthink everything. In life we do, but actually what people want is real life storytelling. you know Turning your lights on in the morning, making a coffee, getting you 3 liters of water in a day. It might seem, well, why do people want to know that? But if you want to get your reach out there, start engaging like you would
Yeah.
do when you walk down the street and you see your friend, you say hello. It's exactly the same online. If
Yeah.
you do not engage, if you do not communicate with people, no one's going to communicate back. It's as
I love
simple as.
that. I love that. I think as well, people from like being at scratch, I know people are quite scared to show themselves and show that real version, but that is what attracts people, isn't it?
Yeah, and it isn't easy. And as well,
Mm.
we've got social media, then we've got the actual business, and then we've got clients in front of us. And, you've got to make time. You
Yeah.
can't just be client facing. If you want to grow on social media, whether it be, to work with brands, whether it be to take on new clients, you have got to put the work in.
Yeah.
I will provide story challenges like I do to anyone who asks for it. But if you don't do it, nothing's
Yeah.
going to change. And if you
Yeah.
don't stay, you can't just do that story challenge and then go, I've done it for a week, I'm all right. It's got to be
Yeah.
consistent. And that is what puts people off,
Mm.
So yeah.
I love that. And so you're saying about juggling everything and making time there. How do you juggle everything? Because you do a lot of amazing stuff. I know it's not easy. How do you manage it all and stay organized?
Um, I try to split my weeks up into different content blocks. So I'll have client facing days are just client facing days.
Yeah.
Now, I'd love to tell you, Rebecca, that I stick to that rule. But when I finish with client facing days and then I've got a one-to-one mentor that needs a little bit of assistance, I will help. But as soon as Martha walks through that door, the laptop is shut.
Yeah.
Now, she sees me downstairs with clients, and that is enough. She doesn't then need to see me sprawled out on this not literally paperwork, sprawled out on this table, still working. That isn't fair.
Yeah.
Um, but if you can split your days into client facing, then content, even if it's just
Yeah.
content in the morning, don't be doing it at night. Don't be messing about. Have a brew and just sit down and relax. But if you can get all your content, it will be posted with purpose. So you'll get everything done. You'll schedule it. I know for me, I do it a week in advance. So I know all of my content for next week is done.
Yeah.
Therefore, I know my weekend's taken care of. And on Monday morning, I'll do my content for the week after. So I'm always a week behind.
Mm.
And then is the admin. So appointments, check that all of your clients are booked in. check that you've got your holidays booked in, those things that are going to keep you going. And if you can really dedicate time, I talk about a certain technique within the membership and with people that work with me one to one, and it's the Pomodoro technique. And again, if anyone wants the worksheets, I'll happily send it to them. But that is, you write everything down that you need to do. You set yourself a timer, and you get stuff done
Yeah.
rather than being like, right, this is my list at the minute. I've got all of this to do. And I would hope that after my timers are set today, that will all be done. So I
Yeah.
know tomorrow is a fresh day. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a miracle worker. Some of these things won't be done,
Yeah.
but just try and organize yourself. It's not just behind the desk. It will be sustainable for about 3 months, and then you'll think, oh yeah, I've not really done any of that. Be
Mhm.
aware of
Yeah.
things that are going on in your business. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. And so this is a bit of a hard question, but I'll put it to you.
go
So
on.
what are the biggest lessons you think you've learned from your 10 years in the industry?
Not everyone's gonna like me. I will irritate a lot of people, and they'll go, "Oh, she's a bit loud," and that's fine. Not
Mm,
everyone is for you,
yeah.
and I think that's something that a lot of people take personally. So if
Yeah.
somebody doesn't like you, be like, "Oh, I'm not showing up online because they think I'm an idiot." I'm not bothered. If you think I'm an idiot, then just unfollow me. That's
Yeah.
fine. And also with that is you are not meant to like everyone either.
Yeah, that's true.
It works both ways. And the other thing that I definitely would say is make time for behind the scenes,
Mm,
because if you don't, it will come crumbling down. And
yeah.
you may think the goal is high success to have a full client base, but it's actually the opposite. If you can get less clients and have a full all round business head on, that's the key to success for me.
Oh, I love that. Well, the words of wisdom you are,
No, do you
honestly.
know what? You said to me, "Do you want questions?" And I said no. I
Yeah.
think I'm all right at
You're
this.
doing very well.
Thanks.
I'm stunned. So let's look to the future. What are your plans? What are you excited about?
What are my plans? Well, I'm about to the next one for me is I'm about to transform my studio downstairs. So it's going to be
Oh,
nail desk on one side, and it sounds huge. It's really not. It's a spare bedroom essentially. But on the other side is going to be a desk with storage. So at the minute I'm sat in the front room, so I'm not going to need to sit in the front room. So that's good.
oh, that's nice.
Um, and then going on, I just want to really, really focus on mentoring and build the membership a bit more, look into like full online programs,
Yeah,
and maybe group one-to-one group mentoring rather than just focusing on one-to-ones.
I love that.
So yeah, it's just growth. It's just
Yeah.
streamlining what I'm doing now, getting a really good plan in place. I mean, at the minute, every single student has got a folder, a different coloured folder. I would hope that at some point all of that will be online. But
You're going to run out of colours.
yeah, I'm gonna run out of colours, and yeah, I think I need to streamline stuff. But you can't do everything at once,
You
can you?
can't. You can't. I think you're doing great.
Oh, I'll take that. Thanks.
Yeah. Um, and so where do people need to go if they want to be mentored by you or find out more?
So, if they want some more information, your best bet is probably Instagram. I am on Instagram a lot. DM me. I've got a channel on there, or head to the websites. It's just dead simple, studiobyhannahbeth.com. But if you do get in touch on Instagram, I will always make sure I personally voice note you, whether you like a voice note or not, because I think that that personal touch in that initial conversation is so important, because you know that I'm real. I'm not
Yeah,
I'm not just somebody who just presses a button. I'm just here. It's just me.
yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, I love that. I love your voice notes as well.
I love a voice note. I think as well, selfishly, it's quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it means that I don't forget to get back to you. And also I want to hear what you sound like as well. Like you might
Mm,
have your profile picture on your bio, but I actually don't know what you sound like. So when
yeah.
when people give me a voice note back, I'm like, oh yeah, she's from up north, or oh
Oh,
yeah, I like her accent.
yeah.
It's lovely. I like it. So
And I
yeah,
feel like it just puts everyone at ease a bit, doesn't it?
yeah, it's a massive thing. If you're reaching out to someone, whether you want to join the membership, whether you want to be a one-to-one student, I think when you know that I'm here to take care of you,
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing.
Mm.
So
Oh, I love
yeah,
that. And I should say as well, keep an eye on our website, scratchmagazine.co.uk, because obviously you've got your online column on there, which we are
yes.
loving. So much great insight. So yeah,
Well, we've already just got the next one, haven't we? So
yeah,
we'll get right
planned
in
it.
that. Keep that under wraps. But I'm just sorry I won't see you at the Scratch Star Awards this
Oh, I
year.
know.
But
You'll be missed.
I know we'll have a drink for me, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you in person. If there's any up north events, let me know. I'll be there. Come and see you.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love that so much. So,
Be
so
good,
much. Well,
isn't it?
thank you for today. It's been great
Pleasure.
to chat with you and hear about everything going on. You're wonderful.
It's lovely to see you. I've missed your little face. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
thank you so
Right.
much.
See you later.